Wolfy isn't going to be able to be profiting off of those.
Oh yeah, you got to be really careful with how you approach duck hunt at the ledge, like you just said. And I believe, yeah, we are going to be starting PS2 for game number 1.
Yeah.
There they are. There are the boys, NVS, Big Pepsi, and ZB Wolfy. I'm very excited to see what these players have to offer.
Yeah,
it's going.
And these are also two characters that haven't commentated that much. I'm very excited to be commentating these two characters. I have commentated a SORA, another duck hunt once. It was Sejong, who's an
yeah.
East
I love
Tennessee.
Sejong, my favorite duck hunt.
Yeah,
that's my homie.
And there's a lot of volatility that can go into this matchup. Because one of those crazy setups with the duck hunt can kind of change an entire set of a pace of a match. So dictating and keeping track of and getting hold of that pace is going to be so important.
Yep, and I think we're going to be getting to game number 1 here. Yes, we are on PS2. SORA versus Duck Hunt. And let's see what these players have to offer. Already starting out. Yep, the projectiles are coming out already. And it looks like Wolfy is going to be the first player to close that gap. And then immediately just taking control of that center stage, waiting to see what Big Pepsi wants to do. And already racking up 50%.
Yeah, an easy 50% here, but now we're going to see... So, now we're going to be seeing, Big Pepsi trying to just kind of get himself into this position, waiting, just being really, really patient, but that's going to be a try and get that set up there. Not quite going to be able to profit it, but going to be able to catch that landing here.
Now Big Pepsi is just trying to find his way out of the corner, but everywhere he goes, it feels like Wolfy just has an option ready. That F-Smash not going to connect from the Blizzaga. Pepsi finally finding his way back to center stage and trying to set up a little bit of SORA loops, but getting the wrong hitbox there. Now Big Pepsi's getting really close to losing this stock. He's just got to find his way out of the corner. But Duck Hunt, well known for just keeping you in that disadvantaged state. Back throw into the can, not going to take it. This might be Big Pepsi's chance to make something happen. He's just, like I said, got to find his way out of the corner.
Yeah, and you got to make sure that, in these kind of quarter situations, you're getting your way, but you're getting in there safely. Because Duck Hunt is a character that can deal a lot of chip damage really easily and then get one of those cans right into you and then kill you as, out of the blue. But we're seeing Big Pepsi doing a pretty good job of just stock tanking and getting himself into these safer positions. Of course, utilizing that counter to get himself into a pretty good position back into center stage. And now he's sort of making a pretty decent comeback here. As he's just waiting, spacing out that can, not really letting Wolfy get that can too close to him. But right as I say that, gonna commentator curse it, and unfortunately gonna get that first stock right there for Wolfy.
Yep, and now Wolfy with the lead, gonna try and get as much extra credit as possible because he is sitting at 131%. SORA does have a lot of good kill potential with that up B, with that back air, with the fair or nair off stage. And now Wolfy in the corner, it's just a pure switcheroo here, but taking control of that center stage. Pepsi is just struggling to get in. It might be a lot of matchup unfamiliarity, but finally finding that down air, going to be able to take Wolfy off the top, but not without taking 60% in the process.
Yeah, does take a little bit of extra credit here, but of course with SORA, some of these really long extended combos are really what this character thrives at. But Big Pepsi, honestly, not one of those players who's going to go for some of those crazy long extended nair loops. And against Duck Hunt, that's not really something that you can really go for because you're going to be seeing those cans that can come out and try and disrupt that combo. Of course, it's not as fast as some of those options like, Snake Grenade or anything. But as I say that, Big Pepsi going to be taking the lead here, doing a really good job of racking himself up that damage and not letting himself get too far behind and managing to take that second stock.
Yeah, while we were talking about all the things that Duck Hunt can do in this matchup, we were completely neglecting the fact that Big Pepsi has brought it back, but the up smash from Wolfy going to even up the stocks, but still, with a little bit of a percent deficit, that means Big Pepsi can sit back and wait to see what Wolfy wants to do. But as we have seen, Big Pepsi, he's not the biggest fan of camping. He wants to close that gap, which might lead to his downfall. As we can see, the percents have evened up. They're getting hit by that clay disc. Pepsi is at the percent deficit now, which is going to lead to Wolfy to have that stage control. And now Pepsi's got to find his way back into the lead.
Yeah, not too big of a deficit here as, one of these small combos is going to lead to a lot of damage, but you need to make sure you find your opening and don't let these big setups happen. Of course, that's what we've been talking about this entire set, but that is one of the most important things for Duck Hunt here.
Now Big Pepsi had Wolfy on the platform, and no Blizzaga punish. That could have been huge for Pepsi, but still keeping him in that disadvantaged state. Pepsi keeping it calm, cool, and collected here in this game number 1. He just got to find a way back to center stage. That seems to be Pepsi's problem throughout this entire game. He just can't get center stage. Every time he gets it, it just goes away completely.
Yeah, but one thing that I really like that Pepsi has been doing is utilizing that that Firaga and the Thundaga to interrupt those cans, because it means that those that pressure the pressure that you normally see throughout all of those Duck Hunt setups aren't really that as scary, right? As we see right there, that Thundaga doing a really good job of pushing away, and that's going to be that fair, and that full combo is going to be able to do it. And we see a little bit of a pop-off coming up from Big Pepsi. You know, man's feeling himself. You know, got to get yourself into that good mindset, especially when you're playing against a character that you're not quite as comfortable with.
Definitely. I mean, characters like Duck Hunt, like Sonic, they are Mega Man, Pac-Man, they are mentally tiring characters. So you've got to find a way to keep yourself in that mental to keep going. And Pepsi shaking off his nerves a little bit, realizing I took the first game, I can do this. After being behind in the back foot that entire set, he was able to weave and bob around those projectiles and get the fair off stage. And Big Pepsi now dancing. He is happy. He is ready to continue, and I am all here for it.
And you know, small little hint here. We were playing some friendlies with Big Pepsi.
Oh, and he said this is the most
and I quote, he did say, I am playing the best I have ever played right now.
Oh, yeah, he is feeling incredible right now. Like, there are no nerves behind this man. He is ready to win. He looked at me, he said, I'm making it to Grands. And I said, okay, let's see what you got. Let's see what he has in game number 2, if he can keep up this momentum. Going to Town and City, giving Duck Hunt a little bit more space. I don't know how I feel about that.
So I think leaving this stage open for Duck Hunt is really, you know, it can be good, it can also be bad. But this is also a pretty good stage for SORA, because you're going to have a lot of room to extend those combos.
Oh, definitely. A lot of platform extensions.
Yeah, those platform extensions are going to be so good. And also, when it moves into this FD-like stage, like you see right now, that means that some of those crazy, you know, like the back throw into can up air isn't quite as possible, because there isn't any platform for that can to land on.
Oh, definitely. Now we've got a little bit of a Kalos layout here. Wolfy just trying to find his way back to stage, utilizing that platform, trying to make Big Pepsi give up stage control. That's exactly what happened. And now Wolfy with center stage, which is very, very important, especially when you have a little bit of a back foot. You are forcing Pepsi to come in to try and find an opening and finish off that stock. Big Pepsi is doing an amazing job at just avoiding all these projectiles. Up air, not going to quite solidify the stock. But Wolfy just on the back foot here, really trying to find a way to make it back.
Yeah, and now he just has Wolfy stuck at the ledge here, and Wolfy had to get close enough in order to get that can, but even then, it's not going to be close enough, and now he's still stuck in the corner. Does get back to center stage pretty much for free, and now Big Pepsi is the one that we're going to see stuck in the corner here, but is going to be able to get back into that center stage. And, you know, it's honestly just been like pretty much just a game of runs here, as both characters literally just running back and forth across this big stage. Not going to get that stage spike there, but that down smash is going to be able to take the first stock of game 2.
That's right. That's I think that's Pepsi's favorite move is SORA, because he uses it so much as a ledge mix-up, because SORA will literally just jump over anything you want to do. You see Wolfy tried to get that grab at the ledge to maybe try to go for a back throw, but Pepsi just down smashing over it, taking that first stock, and now Pepsi going to stall off stage a little bit, waiting to see what Wolfy wants to do, realizing he's going to go aggressive, so he stalls at the ledge more. And now back at center stage control, Pepsi is just playing this matchup to a T. That's a chef's kiss right there.
Yeah. Of course, that can is going to come in there.
That was not a chef's kiss.
That, of course, is not the best for him. However, he does have a really good ledge trapping setup here. He can do a really good job of pushing the pace, getting all of this pressure up, and making sure that all of these options that he needs to get are well spaced, which he's been doing such a good job of here. And right now, he has a 95% to only 13% lead here. As I say that, being racked up all the way to another 108, as he's not even hit more than 50% here.
Yeah, but one thing that I'm realizing is these cans are dealing a lot of chip, all these projectiles doing a lot of chip damage. Pepsi is just kind of running into them. He's taking a lot more chip damage than he needs to, throwing out the counter a little early, but no punish from Wolfy. And now Big Pepsi with the up B across stage on Town and City, not going to be able to take it.
Yeah, of course, those up B kills that we see coming out from SORA. How did that F smash not hit?
Pepsi just has the plot armor.
Ooh.
He said he's confident, and we can see why. Going for that up B, going to be able to take that stock. Pepsi just needs one more to continue into his pool. Wolfy needs to make something happen here. Maybe this ledge trap situation to get something going.
Yeah, that F smash going to come out, going to push him into ledge trapping position, but not really going to be pressing up on that advantage. You know, if I'm Wolfy, probably want to try and push your advantage here because you're at a deficit. This is your winner's bracket stock here. You need to make sure you're getting all of the right options that you need and getting that advantage. But we're just going to see Pepsi here just waiting and stalling and doing what his character does best.
Yep, Pepsi taking control of this stage, making Wolfy approach, and now with a little bit of jab block situation, not going to be able to get anything going, but still, Wolfy is fighting for his life at the ledge, which is a complete mirror of what we saw in game number 1. It was Pepsi, but now Wolfy is the one who is struggling, but finally finding that center stage control. Pepsi is just waiting on that platform, not even moving. He said, I don't have to move, you're the one who has to take my stock. Now going for that Thundaga here. The Blizzard not going to kill because the can came out right on time. And I love that little stall from Pepsi. It just feels like Pepsi has this matchup on lock.
Yeah. You know, for such a surprisingly, like, obscure matchup, he's doing such a good job as that back air is just going to make sure to take it there.
Now Big Pepsi's just trying to find a way to solidify this stock. Maybe going for that Fire Aga, not going to be able to find it. Wolfy being forced into the corner, but with those projectiles might be able to find a way out. Not going to be able to quite find it as another back air from Big Pepsi, just forcing it off that stage.
Yeah, and now we're going to be getting some really good aggression here coming out from Big Pepsi as he has this set up. But right as I say that, Wolfy actually going to be the one putting on the aggression, and now he's trying to mount a little bit of a comeback. He's already dealt 60-ish% here.
Yeah, but with a little bit of rage, that might be a little scary, especially F smash at ledge is definitely going to be able to take it, but Blizzaga, no confirmed for Big Pepsi. Oh,
and could not make it back here, but
barely.
That's going to be a really good option there.
And now Big Pepsi's got a ledge trap situation going, just waiting out. Reads the air dodge, but does not get the punish. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming out from Big Pepsi.
Yeah, as we see Big Pepsi just not being able to finish this kill, really has not been able to deal that much of the percent here. Wolfy is is currently stuck at the ledge here, but gets that up smash read, and that is gonna be game 2 going to Wolfy after a fairly impressive comeback there.
Although one thing I would like to point out here, Big Pepsi, he lost that stock and he laughed. He is not worried about it. Like, and that goes back to the confidence we talked about earlier before we hopped on the block. Was that a bird?
There is just a bird in the venue.
Let's go, the bird. Wait, that was the duck hunt bird.
That was the duck hunt bird.
Yeah, he won the game and flew away.
Yeah.
He won and done Big Pepsi.
Now, going into game 3, probably going to be, going right back to PS2 there, as we saw some of those long, that space that gave Big Pepsi a lot more room to sort of, that gave Wolfy a lot more room to operate. Just sort of let Wolfy get a lot more of a, a lot more off of his advantage state. We're going to see Wolfy coming in here, getting and putting himself right onto the aggressive end here. Going to try and just force out more of these panic options from Big Pepsi, but we are not seeing him shake here. He is not stuttering at all in any of his options. He's playing really confident right now, but so is Wolfy.
That's right. That is one thing that is a little scary to see whenever a player who has played predominantly on the campier side a little slower suddenly turns up that aggression in game number 3. That is terrifying because you've gotten used to playing slower and you're all of a sudden having to switch it in game 3 of all places. But Pepsi doing an amazing job keeping it even, 92 to 91%. And now both of these players just going back, resetting neutral, waiting to see what the options are. Big Pepsi is just swinging at the fences, waiting for Wolfy to close this gap.
Yeah, fairly even game here. Just kind of just waiting. Both these players trying to find that one opening, tries to get that fair into the F smash, but that back air is gonna take that first stock of the game. You know, kind of suspect ZI there coming out from Big Pepsi. Could have done, probably could have lived that at the,
oh, the tech chase
wow,
coming out.
that was actually a really good call out there.
Oh yeah, read the roll in and going for that up smash after the first hit of that side B. That's a setup that Big Pepsi loves. And now he's just going to immediately throw Wolfy off that stage, almost using the can against him. But Wolfy knowing to put up that shield, as that can would have dealt a good amount of damage.
Yeah. Just a little second off here. See, we've got a fellow commentator in the chat. We've got Hinlon here.
Oh,
what's
Hinlon,
up, man?
that is my homie. I love Hinlon. Yeah, getting back into it. Big Pepsi and Wolfy just resetting neutral, trying to find an opening, finally finding what that can, but no follow-ups. That's one thing we do expect from Duck Hunt. That it's a lot of chip and damage. Just you got to get little chips in where you can, and then suddenly you're at 50.
Yeah. Whereas, you know, Big Pepsi, or SORA, going to be one of those characters that thrives off of getting those one small openings that's going to be leading into a lot of damage. Isn't really going for a lot of that chip damage. There's a lot of, you know, opposing styles here, but we've honestly seen some really good adaptations from both players here. Going to try and get that tech chase with that clay pigeon, but not quite going to get much off of it.
Now Big Pepsi is just throwing out these fire augers, trying to make something happen, but sitting in the corner again. That's a place we saw him in game number 1. It's looking very familiar, especially on the same stage, but maybe history can repeat itself and Pepsi can make something happen, because he had a pretty stellar comeback in that game number 1.
Yeah, in game number 1, he was doing a really good job of getting all of those big, you know, hard reads that he really needed.
Going for the back throw into the can, not going to be able to take it. Oh, but the clay pigeon interrupting that Thundaga. Wolfy is in a little bit of, he is in the driver's seat right now. Just trying to make something happen, and he's fighting from the ledge, which is really surprising. I'm surprised that he's just letting Big Pepsi take stage control like this.
Yeah, doing a bit of corner camping, but corner camping isn't really the best option against SORA, who can pressure you pretty well there. You know, has that F tilt that's able to 2-frame, has that down tilt that's able to 2-frame.
Oh, there are a lot of 2-frame options, and also down smash.
And also down smash, yeah, that too, but that up air is going to be able to take it now. This is Big Pepsi on his winner's bracket stock here, as he just is, you know, looking like a little nervous here. He's going to be walking right into that can, just kind of getting hit by it. He's going to try and go for a pretty deep edge guard here. Of course, he is SORA, so he's going to just be able to get back for free here.
I was about to say, what are you doing down there? But the up smash calling him out. We got a last stock situation here in game number 3, and the crowd's starting to pop off a little bit. Yeah. Like we said, Big Pepsi is the crowd favorite, so they want to see him move on, but Wolfy trying to upset the crowd more so than the bracket.
Yeah. Now, both players going to be pushing it just to neutral here. Wolfy going for a little bit of that corner camping that he's been doing throughout that entire set. He's just trying to rack up that chip damage that he can find. Try and find that one opening to get that really big entrance that he needs.
Oh, trying to find the opening here, and it looks like Wolfy escaping that barely as Big Pepsi with the grab, but down throw into the fair, gonna be 63%, and the Thundaga interrupting. This might be curtains for Wolfy, but Big Pepsi tried to cover low when he went high. The double roll, get that gunman out of here. The double clay pigeon into up air, not gonna be able to find it.
Really good stall, but still is just cannot land here, and that not gonna kill quite yet. Now, we are going to see Wolfy here try and get this kill, but he's not quite able to find it here. He needs that setup. He needs either a big hard read or a can to just get there.
Now Big Pepsi fighting from the corner. That can putting so much pressure because he knows if he gets hit, that's the stock rolling, and the F tilt, that's gonna be it. And Big Pepsi falling 2-1.